Now, the second question is that I don't know how far you can go with this technical analysis to show us what the stock price could be potentially by
Oh, I
2030,
can go quite far.
2035. Oh, geez, how far can you go?
I could go quite far. Well, let's see. There's one way we could do it. Let me just make a brand new chart. So
Let's
this
do
is called a Gann chart, but basically a way of charts have Fibonacci ratios built into them, and they have these important vertical lines and these horizontal lines and then these arcs. And what you can see in a properly drawn Gann chart, and this is drawn by a world, I mean, probably, I'd say the Great Matsby is probably the top 1% of all people drawing Gann charts in the world. His
Really?
art's the best.
Wow. I know
And
his
here
stuff
in this is a month. He's amazing. I just want to be more like Matsby every day. I do a show with him every day, and then I constantly just wish. It's like sometimes if I wasn't the Tesla tracker, I would just follow all of Matsby's resistance and support.
Shout out to the Great Matsby.
He is fantastic. So Tesla ran up to it, followed price followed this line. This I think it's a 45-degree line, and then it hops up to this line to test it as resistance, comes back, and then you see price come right up to this horizontal Gann line, and it's resistance. And what does price do? It tests back to this Gann arc here, back up to this resistance line, back to the arc, resistance line, back to the arc, resistance line. This time it's found support. It doesn't need to test back to the arc again, and it turns the previous resistance on this horizontal Gann line from resistance, it gets over it, tests back to it as support. You can see there's a wick through it. It gets through it, wicks back to it, but then closes the candle above it for support, and then can move higher. And then what it does is over time, it does one more test back here, but then it zooms to this arc, tests back to it for support, goes out of that arc and goes to the next Gann arc, and then turns that from resistance to support, and then goes back to this Gann horizontal line. And so what you see is over time, Tesla moves from horizontal Gann line to the next horizontal Gann line. It'll spend some time consolidating through this pair of arcs. And so the next horizontal Gann line is where Tesla is going to, and that's at 4,897 on Matsby's chart here. And then so you'll see it get up there. You'll see it consolidate over this Gann arc here.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say
get above
40? Did you just say 4,700?
4,940.
That's really interesting you say that, because Elon said that Tesla could be worth, what was it? The next 5 companies combined, which is 15 trillion, a little bit above that actually, and that's the stock price is literally around that. Wow.
Yeah.
And that's crazy.
And so that's by 2027. So if it just follows this line right here, this angle, and it hits the right on the angle, that's the beginning of 2027 is 5,000. But maybe it just has to spend some more time going horizontal for a while. Maybe it's stuck in this range. Actually, let's say inside and then gets up to it, probably by this Gann vertical line. So really, that's more like now you're talking about 5,000 in 2032.
My God.
And then, some people are going to say, oh, this is crazy. This is like mumbo jumbo or whatever. But this is, stocks follow these Gann trends over time. If the company, if it doesn't become, if it doesn't die, it only grows. It has to die or grow. And Tesla is the epitome of a growth company. So that means the next Gann line after that, horizontal line, is $84,000 a share.
The heck?
84,000.
How
and
is
so
that even possible?
Part of it could be the inflation of the value of the dollar, but it's also just the immense amount of productivity.
That's a market cap of 270 trillion.
Eventually, by 2047, by 2047, we'll need a new chart.
Okay, that's crazy.
Oops.
That's
you're
just
looking
insane.
Wow. Yeah, that's like 1.4 million.
Okay.
That is not even right. Is that 1.4 million. That's right.
That's just
so, and for people that say this is insane, there's no way that can happen. Let me just take you back to the beginning of Tesla, when we're at this arc at the very beginning of Tesla right here, 1,600% increase. And then from where we were in 2019, like this average of 2019, where these are all adjusted for stock splits. So it's $17 a share here. But to this horizontal Gann line is also about 1,600%. This is like 1,559%. Probably because I drew this a little bit off. It should be really about the same, 1,600%. And so now all you have to do is imagine that over the next period of time, or let's just do it with 1,660%, and then from here to here, we did it again, 1,660%. So all you have to do is just imagine that all price does is from where that horizontal gain line was at 293, 1,668% again is this next horizontal gain line at $5,000 a share, and it's just a matter of time. Just because, again, we went sideways for several years here, and then suddenly the market had to catch up to what they realized was the next valuation. So I'll bet you could literally probably take that lovely S curve chart that I'm such a big fan of, and transpose it over this, and so then here's Tesla, the Tesla, the auto company, and then
yes,
now
I see what you're doing.
We're just starting to see Tesla as a full self-driving
nice
robotaxi. And then when the next S curve hits, that'll take us from 4,000 to 80,000 when we get Optimus robots. Or I don't know, or maybe energy. Actually, technically, right? Energy is next. Energy's here, and then by the time they're making $10 trillion annually, maybe that's when it's worth 1.4 million. And this is Optimus, right?
What the heck?
So there you go.
Wow.
There's your S curve and how the valuations could go. And yeah, a lot of this is going to be devaluation of the dollar, but it is also actual productivity growth.
Oh man, I'm speechless.
So welcome to the future.
That's crazy.
Shout out to the great Maspy. This is his chart that I'm kind of stealing from here.
No, that's crazy. Shout out to him. Yeah, I mean, that's mind-boggling. Really, that's not even like. I like the fact that you did it like autos, FSD,
so,
energy.
As far as Tesla goes,
but wow,
we're just not bullish enough for the future because we just can't imagine it. We're still. Our minds can't kind of wrap the full scale of it. I'm really excited about how Elon had the We Robot event, and they rolled the robotaxis, and people are marveling at that. And then he introduces Optimus and tells you that the robots will walk among you. And then that's when the party really gets started at that event, when the Optimus robots come out and they're all walking around and interacting with people, while they're waiting their turn to ride the robotaxi, which suddenly becomes the least interesting thing of the whole event. Well, now here in the future, here in the very, very close present, in June of this year, you can go to Austin, Texas, and get robotaxi rides all around Austin. Later, soon after in California. Then he said, as they're able to prove the safety of robotaxi, they'll start rolling out to major cities all over the United States, and the robots will roll among you. As cars, you'll see all the robotaxis everywhere. That'll be like that next catalyst where suddenly everyone can see, oh wow, the future really is here. Like if you couldn't see it through your TV screen when they launched the Starship Super Heavy and then caught the booster back, well, you'll really see it when you're seeing the robotaxis roll around everywhere. Their beautiful golden sheen reflecting in the sunlight and the city lights. And then after that, when
I'm very excited for it.
I know. And when you go to work and you see the Optimus bots there, and they're like, "Oh wow, look, they can really help us out. The future is going to just be amazing." And the stock price will just go nuts as people.
That's crazy.
As people see it everywhere, and it just becomes common sense.
And I don't know. For me, I see how it's like it goes up and consolidates and goes up and consolidates. I think that once we have the robotaxis that's giving a consistent EPS growth, I don't think we'll see this phase it consolidates and jumps up, consolidates and jumps up, because there's going to be continuous growth every quarter with the FSD and robotaxis when they get deployed everywhere. Maybe not in the early days, but near when it's like getting scaled and everyone is coming. But then Tesla can use that money to for CapEx and for other things and increase their operating costs for their other projects, which could maybe do this. But if their EPS is growing on a consistent base every quarter, well then I personally can't see it consolidating and then jumping up again. It'll be kind of like Apple stock from 2008 to 20 until now, actually, because it's just been going up. But I could be wrong. I mean, it's a lot. My mind's blown.
I'm putting it right here. Tesla is the preeminent, I think I spelled it wrong, engineering company in the world. They attract the brightest minds from all over the world, and they really they're not a car company, they're not AI company, an energy company, a robot company. They are a problem solving company. They just anything that we suddenly realize that we're going to need in the future, Tesla can solve for it. And so, I've got Auto, FSD, Robotaxi, Energy Optimist, and then question mark. We don't even know what's going to come next, but whatever we need next, we'll be able to provide.
Oh my God.
And we'll get
I don't know.
space vehicles, and I don't know.
That's incredible. What we're pretty much seeing right now is, Tesla becoming the world's most valuable company and staying there.
Exactly.